Your CRM shows a full pipeline, leads everywhere, meetings happening. It looks like things are going well. But when it comes to closing the deal, everything falls flat. Less pipeline movement, missed sales targets, underwhelming revenue. You start wondering, are we doing something wrong? Or is this just how sales works now? In this video, I'll discuss why this keeps happening to most of the companies. I will break down the 8 biggest reasons why your pipeline looks full but nothing actually converts. And most importantly, I will show you step by step how to fix each one. Let's get started. Now let's look at the 8 real reasons this happens. It starts with bad database or wrong leads. Let me tell you something I see all the time. Companies brag about how many leads they have. Our CRM has 3000 leads, they say. But when I look closer, most of those leads are outdated, not qualified, or just not interested. One client I worked with had 14,000 leads. When we cleaned up their pipeline, only 315 leads were actually useful. That's just over 2%. And so here's the truth. A full pipeline doesn't mean a healthy pipeline. It just means there are a lot of names in your system, not necessarily people who want to buy from you. Your pipeline might be full, but are those the right people? Are they decision makers? Are they still working at the same company? If your data is old or your list is full of people who can't say yes to you, then your pipeline will always look busy, but nothing will move forward. Now, how you can fix it? Clean your database regularly. Remove fake emails, wrong job titles, and leads that are too small or not relevant. Then make sure you are only talking to people who can actually buy from you. Now, the second problem that I see most of the companies have, they don't have clear ICP, ideal customer profile. Many sales teams say we sell to everyone, but that's a big mistake. If you try to talk to everyone, your message won't connect with anyone. You need to know exactly who your best customers are based on real data. What industry are they in? How many employees do they have? What problems are they trying to solve? Now, to fix your ICP problem, look at your last 10 paying customers. What do they all have in common? That's your ICP. Write it down, share it with your team. Only go after companies that fit that profile. Now, the third problem is leads are not properly qualified. A meeting doesn't mean they are ready to buy. Some people are just curious, others are doing research, some want to learn for later. If you treat every lead as hot, you will waste a lot of time on people who won't buy. Now, to fix this, use a simple method like BANT, BANT, budget, authority, need, timeline. Ask them, do you have a budget for this? Are you the decision maker? Is there a real problem you want to solve? Are you planning to act soon? Only move forward if most of these are yes. Now let's talk about problem 4. No real buying intent or signals. Just because someone downloaded your ebook or liked your LinkedIn post doesn't mean they are ready to buy. You need to look for real signals that show they are serious, like visiting your pricing page, hiring new people in sales, or switching tools. Now, to fix this, you can use tools like Clay, Apollo.io, or Sixth Sense to track what your leads are doing. Score them based on actions, not with just the forms they filled. Focus on leads showing real interest. Now, coming to problem 5, you don't know how to handle objections. Buyers will always ask tough questions like, why is this so expensive? Or what makes you better? If your team isn't ready, they will panic. They might give discounts too quickly or just end the conversation. Now, to fix this, prepare answers for common objections, use real examples and client stories to show the value of your product. If someone says it's too expensive, show them how much time or money you help them save. Be confident, be clear, and just explain your value propositions. Now, talking about problem 6, you talk to just one person in your target company. In B2B, there's never just one person making the decision. You might be talking to the marketing head, but the finance team or CEO might block the deal later. If you don't involve all decision makers, the deal can die quietly. Now, how to fix this? Always ask who else needs to be part of this decision. Get everyone on one call if possible. Speak to each person in their language. For example, finance wants ROI. Users want ease of use. Tech wants integration. Now let's talk about problem 7. Your team's follow-ups are weak or boring. After a meeting, many salespeople send one or two just checking in emails. Then they give up. But most deals needs 5 to 10 follow-ups before they close. Now, how to fix this? Make your follow-ups valuable. Send a case study, a blog post, or a short video. Help them learn something new. Show them you care, not that you are desperate. Now, coming to problem 8, marketing and sales teams are not aligned. Marketing says, we gave you leads, but you didn't follow up. Sales says, these leads are useless. Sound familiar? This is one of the biggest reasons revenue gets stuck. In fact, Gartner says B2B companies lose 10% of revenue each year because of poor alignment between sales and marketing. Now in your company, how you can fix it? Marketing and sales should work like one team. Agree on what makes a lead qualified. Create a shared definition of MQL, marketing qualified lead, and SQL, sales qualified lead. It looks simple, but I can give you one example of a company I did project with when I asked this MQL and SQL to different team members, they have different definitions. Now you can set rules like how fast sales must follow up and what kind of leads marketing will send. This builds trust and makes both teams successful. Now let me give you a quick step-by-step guide to fix all these problems and summarize our solution. Step 1 is clean your database. Remove bad data, wrong contacts, and old leads. Keep only the ones who fit your ideal customer profile. Step 2 is define and share your ICP. Write down your perfect customer, industry, company size, pain points. Make sure your whole team uses the same definition. Step 3 is use BANT or any other criteria to qualify. Don't move forward with every lead. Use BANT or any other framework to see if they are serious. If they don't have budget, need, or urgency, pause the deal. Step 4 is score leads based on real signals. Use intent tools to track who's visiting your website, reading your content, or hiring. Focus more on actions than just form fields. Step 5 is prepare objection playbooks. Train your team on how to handle tough questions. Use stories and numbers. Be ready, not reactive. Step 6 is map the buying team. Ask who else is involved. Try to speak to all of them. Change your message depending on who you are talking to. Then step 7, build follow-up sequences. Don't stop at one email. Create 5-7 follow-up steps. Add value in each touch. Understand how you can nurture your clients. Mix emails, calls, and even LinkedIn. And last step 8 is align sales and marketing. Have both teams sit together and agree on definitions. Decide how leads will be passed and what happens after that. Review this often. Now let me give you one real life example. One client had over 18,000 leads in their CRM. Their conversion rate was, however, just less than 1%. We cleaned their pipeline, defined their ICP, and trained the sales team to qualify better and follow up smarter. We also brought their marketing and sales team together with a shared playbook. In 90 days, their conversion rate went from less than 1% to 7.5%. Same product, same team, just a better system. That's the power of fixing your pipeline. Let's quickly recap. Your pipeline doesn't need to be full, it needs to be focused. You don't need more leads. You need better qualified leads, a cleaner process, and a team that works together. So remember, clean your data, define your ICP, qualify leads properly, follow up with value, talk to the full buying team, train for objections, track real buying signals, and make sure your sales and marketing teams work like one. Do this and your pipeline will not just look full. It will actually start closing. If you find this video helpful, please like it and subscribe. I make videos to help B2B founders and sales leaders improve their processes and grow faster. Drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 8 problems you see most often in your pipeline. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Let's grow together.